never relent. If a thing's worth doing, it's worth doing well. That's what Euphonia said when she saw the flood coming. Euphonia was a beautiful old woman, and she did well by every living thing that came to her door. Euphonia was rolling with the crew of 3. Number 1, a pig. His name was Fatly. I live hard, I live fat. You know, lard and ice cream and all that.
Number 2, a beatboxing groom named Briskly. He could clean a room quickly and smile all the while.
Last but not least, my girl with a plan. A little red boat named Mary and she floated quite nicely, thank you. Together these 4 lived on a creek, peacefully, doing chores, dancing, eating, or just chilling. Until one day, the creek bed began filling. God started bawling, rain started falling, the creek was swelling, trees were felling, the whole place was going pell-mell. The river was flowing and growing, splashing and spraying, flushing, rushing, gushing, sashaying. A major flood was on the rise. Then Euphonia, she got that look in her eyes. Respect. This flood is doing a mighty fine job of flooding, she said, and I like it. Just then, Fatly realized,
Euphonia, the flood's come through the door.
well, the water's already 3 feet off the floor. So they hopped in Mary and used Briskly like an oar. They started to row, following the river's flow, high and low, not knowing where they were going, but knowing they had to go. There's no use sitting here like a stick in the mud. Why, the best thing to do is to ride this flood. And if a thing's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Just then, the gang heard a yell. Several, in fact, a whole pack of critters scattered throughout the creek. Too meek or too weak. There were tarantulas on branches, billy goats on lily pads, reptiles on debris piles, bees on trees, newts on roots, frogs on... You were there. Well, you know what happened next. Fatly leaned out fatly over the river while slivers of trees, bark, and debris raged beneath. Those animals climbed up his back and into the boat. Euphonia's crew even rescued a goat. They continued their ride, saving lives in 5s, reversing the tragic on that magical slide. They hitched chickens, a skunk, even a bear in tow. And Mary even though she was riding low, she still floated quite nicely, thank you. They rode that flood all the way to the bottom. And where do you think it got them? Right to the mill pond of old Farmer Stump, who was usually a grump, but on this occasion was in a good mood. He was bumping Bob Marley, he'd been so moved by the flood. So Euphonia and her brood hopped on land to party with all who'd washed in. Fatly said yummy and began to feast. You know my man Briskly was bringing the beat. Bra-ba-ba, in high tide or in low tide, I'll be by your side. Euphonia got so excited, she decided to yell, if a thing's worth doing,
it's worth doing well.
And as for Mary she just floated quite nicely. Thank you.